In this video, we will be going through a brief demonstration of Syspro Mobile Warehouse. As we start here on screen, we will be using today's demonstration on a handheld device. So starting off by entering your username, password, Syspro Company, and Syspro Company password, the user can ultimately log in. Now, considering that we're using this on a handheld device, this is ultimately geared towards the end user that is going to be doing the actual transactions out on the floor. We're going to be going through some key functional areas focused around purchase order receipts, production, doing job issues, kit issues, job receipts, and finally wrapping with sales order picking. To start, we're going to be going through and selecting purchase order receiving from our main menu tiles here on our handheld device. This is geared towards the end user to make it as simple as possible for them to use and navigate the system as they might not be comfortable. So we're going to select our purchase order receipt and receive in the goods from a PO into our warehouse. Using purchase order receipt, we're going to see a list that can be filtered down or sorted based off specific criteria. I have purchase order 4018 that is supposed to be received in today. I can do multiple methods of entry within any of these screens within Syspro Mobile Warehouse. I can scan in the search field. I can manually enter or type into those fields or simply select from the list. Again, you will see that in every single screen throughout the application. We're going to select our 4018 purchase order, and it will display our 2 line items that we have on this specific PO that we are expecting to receive into inventory. We do have a variety of different ways of handling the specific PO receipt process and accounting for all of the different scenarios that you might have within your business. On this specific PO, I have 2 different types of line items. One is a simple stock code, and one is a lot traceable stock code. The lot traceable stock code is going to require a lot number, and to further note any sort of additional information that might be required per your stock code setup within Syspro, such as serialization, inspection, anything of the sort that is required further than just a regular stock code. We'll start by receiving an RB100. Again, I could do multiple methods of entry by either selecting out of the list, typing in the stock code, or scanning a barcode. We'll select RB100 and apply our quantity. As I'm bringing in this quantity, I'm seeing what physically I'm bringing in versus what the system is telling me to bring in. The system says I have 100. I will verify that I have the 100 quantities, and I will enter as that user 100 for what we are expecting to receive in. We do have our notes and references to be noted if you do plan on entering any additional information. And if you want to take it a step further, you can also use Syspro's custom form fields, whether if that's against the line or the purchase order header, to apply additional content to the transaction. We will hit Save. Now, as we go through a more complex stock code, which is our lot traceable stock code, we will select out of our list. This line item is an example that will be received into inspection. I'm going to apply my quantity. I now have to apply a lot number. So now with the more complex stock codes, we will see that we do have to apply that additional information as that stock item ultimately does require. We will use our lot number for today and enter our expiration date, whether if I want to type in that expiration date, scan the expiration date, or even use the menu to select what that expiration date is. Same note and reference, and save. On screen, and on many of these screens that you will see, there is color-coordinated cues that you will be able to use as you're working through the lists to help understand where you are at throughout the progress of that given purchase order, sales order, or production order. Once all line items are meeting their required quantity, a user can hit Post, which will ultimately post the transaction. We will have our GRN number generated. Mobile Warehouse can also help you automate your PO receiving process by printing labels, where you can print a label using any sort of label solution to provide labels to the product. Always look at what information is required by your industry and your organization for what information you'll put on that specific label. As an example, you can have your stock code, your description, your quantity, the date, and if for those more complex stock codes, have your lot number, serial number, or any sort of additional data. We will print those labels. We have a print successful, and now we are ready to take the next step with this inventory. Once that inventory has been labeled and put away into its inventory locations, you could do any of the next steps where in the other focus areas of this application, there is our inventory. Using the navigation menu, I can go and do a simple warehouse transfer. I could do a bin transfer, a stock take, any sort of adjustments, or anything that you will see under your inventory movements within Syspro. For example, we will do a simple warehouse transfer to move this product from the receiving warehouse into the raw materials warehouse. I will take a warehouse that I'm moving from, scan my stock code from the label that's been barcoded. We'll scan our B111, apply our quantity, scan the new warehouse, and post. And up pops a post successful message. That would be an example of doing a simple transfer of inventory from one location to the next. Now that we have material within our raw materials warehouse, we're going to be able to go through production. So in production, we will start with work in progress as our main menu, and we're going to have our job issue option. Here we'll be able to select or scan the specific job number that we're going to be working on. I have job number 806, and this will bring up the listed bill of material items that job 806 requires. Here at this point of job issue is where we're doing each specific issue. I will scan the specific stock code that we are bringing into production at that one time. I will scan my B111, apply my quantity of how much inventory I am pulling out of raw material and bringing into production. Again, you can note that you can either do a negative issue if that's something your business requires. You can also enter those additional fields of note or reference. I'm marking my allocation complete because I'm meeting the required quantity in post. That will post and do a specific issue of those 10 quantities of that specific stock code. I will scan my B112 as the next stock code that's required as part of the bill of materials. Apply my quantity of 10 and post. And that will be a specific issue until I work through the remaining items on this list. Next, we will kit issue the remaining items from this specific job number of job 806 and kit issue them. We will apply our quantity of 10 for how much we're making. And this will leave us with our material list of what is ultimately required. I can now navigate between my remaining bill of material items. Select them, verify that the information is correct on screen, and post the remaining 3 items on that bill of materials. Now, as production comes to completion, the typical next step is for us to perform a job receipt. As we perform our job receipt, we're going to apply that same job number of 806, quantity of 10 for the finished quantity that we are receiving into our inventory as it's being received into our finished goods warehouse. Again, same concept with the note and reference fields is free-form text can be applied. Being that I'm receiving the required quantity for this specific job, I can mark this job complete and post, which will receive those 10 finished goods into our finished goods inventory. As an additional functionality that's available within Syspro Mobile Warehouse is the ability to use or create forms, where those forms can be based off of different pieces of information that you would like to collect from the end user. Whether if that's the job number, lot number, serial number, or ask questions from that employee as they're completing that specific task. These forms are optional, but they do provide great value in collecting information. Another key point of emphasis with printing labels, anytime that you're receiving a product into a warehouse is a great point to automate your label printing process. So printing a label at the time of job receipt. I printed my label, applied that to that finished good product. That finished good product is then put away into inventory location, as now it is prepped ultimately to be picked for a sales order for the end customer. Before we do any order picking, I want to be able to validate how much inventory I have of a specific stock code. So under my inventory tab, I can select my stock items query. being that we have received in that quantity of 10 of B100, I want to be able to look for how much of that specific stock item do I have before I pick it for a sales order. Within these fields, there is predictive search. So if I don't know all of the characters of a specific stock code, I can search for that remaining amount through the list and using its descriptions to help tell me what I'm looking for. So here I have my B100, which I can now select from that list. And this will show me my warehouse values that we are expecting to see of how much do we have on hand and available within each warehouse. There are different filtering options that are available again within each of these screens. As you can see, we can filter to remove specific data on screen that might be confusing to an end user. Now that we do and verify that we do have inventory that is available to pick for that specific sales order, we will now navigate to our pick and receive and select order picking. And here's where we've now had a pick list produced from the office to ultimately guide us on what sales order we should be picking. So we'll pick our 1140. Again, this list can be filtered or assigned to a specific user to help guide them on what sales orders they should be picking at any given time throughout the day. As I've selected my sales order for a specific customer, we will again see that specific line item that needs to be picked. And we have our B100 with a quantity of 10 required, as it shows again with that red color cue. The key thing with order picking is constant validation, making sure that we're picking the right products for the right order. If I, as an end user, end up selecting or scanning or entering the wrong stock code, the system will warn me of that mistake. If I scan our B111 that does not exist on order, we will get a red error communicating to us that mistake. We'll clear that out. We will scan our B100. We will apply our quantity of how much of this specific item we are picking and select pick. And finally, we'll be able to complete, which at the point of completion will complete the picking, and we will no longer see that sales order in our list of available sales orders to pick. Once the completion has been done, the order has moved on to the next sales order status within Syspro, typically which is ready to invoice to ultimately invoice the customer as that product has been shipped, which will bring us back to our home screen and again to start the next workflow. Thank you very much.